Hey, 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 hey. Ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, 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 hey. Peace and love. This is Brother Dooley, aka Beantown Ghetto Shaman. It's a good book here. Psychedelic Mystery Traditions. Exploring sacred practices in the earlier history with humanity. But yeah, my name is Brother Dooley. Hope everyone's doing great today. I'm doing a quick video just to show some of my artwork here that I've been working on and talk a little bit about visionary artwork. Now, one of my favorite artists um, that I have a lot of respect and love for is Alex Gray. My father introduced me to Alex Gray at a very young age, um, and I felt in love with his artwork. I was saying to myself, man, this stuff is amazing. It felt like you had X-ray visions glasses on, and you were able to see this type of you know artwork that he was doing, which you could see the inside of the body, the chakras, and the organs and all that. So I felt this was amazing. So he always inspired me on many levels, and then there's been a whole movement of visionary artists, coming up, young artists coming up doing their thing. And what I think is very interesting about visionary art, and just particularly visionary art, is that especially people that are into the medicine plant world, those who deal with psychedelics, those who deals with ethogens, things of that nature. There's even when you look at throughout Peru, Brazil, and you look at the ayahuasca, Mama Ayahuasca and stuff, and you see some of the old paintings that come from these medicine men and women, and and depicting some of these experiences on through their paintings. You know, it's a long tradition. You know, when you think of even the sacred artwork with in Tibet, the mandalas, and you look at the mandalas, and these are depictions of sacred geometry, but also a level of exploring different spiritual realms, exploring different places that we could go internally, you know. Um, so I think visionary art is very important, man. And for a lot of reasons. One being confirmation. One being that when you're painting some of these undescribable experiences, sometimes, when you look at when you go on a psychedelic journey, when you have a mystical journey or experience, mystical experience, sometimes these experiences are beyond words. There's things that you can't even describe in human language on certain things that you actually encounter and learn and see when you're on these journeys. So being able to have a painting that can explore visually some of the things that you might have encountered or experienced it could be very useful, and it could be like I said, it could be a confirmation for some of the people looking at your artwork, because they could say, ah, well, that is true. That person has tapped into something on his or her painting, because I seen that or I experienced that when I was on this particular journey with such and such medicine. be it ayahuasca or San Pedro or peyote or what have you. That can be a confirmation for a person. They could be like, oh wow, yes, I remember this particular sacred geometry or these type of colors or whatever. So, in in a lot of ways, visionary art can be um, it can be very helpful for folk because one, you can literally um, re-stimulate some of these memories for people, you know, and actually literally be able to bring up certain messages that might have not been hard for people to articulate. So that's what's up with the visionary. So I want to show y'all this joint I'm working on. I'm not quite done yet, but you can literally see that there's a lot of different faces within. Uh-oh. There's a lot of faces within this piece here. You know, um, yeah, I'm not quite done on the other side there, but and I made this kind of three-dimensional, the eye there to have it sticking out and stuff. And there's some faces within the eye as well. But as you could see, there's a lot going on there. And there's even certain symbols that I put, at least on that right-hand side, that kind of dealt with sacred geometry that I seen on my first mushroom experience, which was this type of symbol that was covering everything, on my body, the sky, everything. But yeah, and when I look at visionary art, for instance, there could be also that level of tapping in to certain beings or tapping into, you being, art can be very meditative. You see, when you look at art and look at art from a spiritual perspective, right? Looking at it not from an egotistical place where I'm doing this art because I want to be, I want someone to stroke my ego or tell me, oh, I'm the greatest artist, you another Picasso or whatever. Art has art's creation wasn't meant for that. It's a muse. It's when you're tapping into the essence of art, be it visual art, be it dancing, be it singing, emceeing, or whatever. You have to understand that it's a spiritual thing. You know what I mean? It can be used as a tool to awaken oneself or others. You know, that's why when we look at some of the greats in history, we could look at John Coltrane, we could look at Jimi Hendrix, we could look at Bob Marley, we could look at any of these individuals, Jim Morrison, whoever, and John Lennon, any of these individuals, and you see that they were tapping into something greater than themselves, you know, and thus, they're forever to be go down in history because they was tapping into something. All right. Um, I forget which guy from the Beatles was saying that, a lot of his songs would come in when he was in his dream, like when he was dreaming, or he was in that in between waking sleeping period. So when you look at the greats, you understand that they're tapping into something. So that's how I look at art. That's how I look at art, man. When you, the best art that I've been doing is the art that I've been doing recently. Now, I used to draw all the time, and especially in high school, and it seems like I just put down the paintbrush, I put down all my artwork for a while, and I didn't understand. I was like, oh, I just didn't have the inspiration to do the art or anything. And I felt like I see my own progression with my own art, coming from a place now of not doing art to please someone else, or painting because I wanted, someone else to admire it, or critique it and say, hey, did I do a good job or something. I'm looking at art now as a place of just meditation. You know, when I'm doing it, it's bringing me first pleasure, right? It makes me happy. Also, when I'm doing the art now, it just brings you into a natural state of meditation. So I'm in this place of just being chilled out while I'm doing this art. So it's a tool. When people look at meditation, sometimes people look at meditation and think it's a one way of doing it. Sitting cross-legged and lotus posture, and making mudras with your hands and saying or what have you. That's just one way. There's so many ways of meditating. There's walking meditation. There's meditation with dancing. You could think of the whirling dervishes from the Sufi tradition and stuff. There's so many ways that you can approach meditation. And then again, you have the visual artists that could use as a tool for meditation. So again, you have the sand gardens, right? And those in Japan and stuff, they use the gardens, right? In Tibet, where I was saying, they use the mandalas that they make with the colored sand and stuff, and it becomes literally a meditative practice where you could be able to still your mind and be definitely in the here and now, and also be in a very expansive state of mind as well. And when I feel someone's tapping into that, that's when you can even gain a lot of insight about yourself in the universe. You know what I mean? And communicate with other intelligent beings. Last night, I felt like I was contacting this yogi, and I got a sense that I'm going to be meeting this man sometime in the future. But let me see, because this art piece, you could look at it in different angles, and they have so many different things you could see on it. So I'm going to turn this around. See, that's a face right there, another one. If you turn it another way, it's another one, right? Now, I was peeping this dude last night, right? This yogi type of guy. He started coming to me in a channel type form. And these kind of patterns around him are like these type of glyphs or sacred geometric patterns, like I said, that I seen on my first mushroom journey, which was many years ago. So again, that was getting channeled at the moment. Now, when I turned it around, I had no clue that it was going to turn into another bean. So once I had two beans on here. This bean came out last night. It looked like some type of aqua, type of mermaid bean, right? And then flip it on the other side. Looking on the other side is another one. All right. So, and the only way I feel the only way I could feel you can really tap into this art like that is by getting out of your own way. Getting out of your own way. So meaning that don't draw or do any art for yourself. Get out your own way and literally become a vessel or a channel for the moment, where you're able to just literally be able to, because this is, we live in this vast universe, and we're in the Milky Way galaxy, And when you look at these things, you could have these beings literally talk to you and communicate to you through the artwork. You know, and like I said, that's the difference when we even look at visionary art, because when you're on these journeys, when you're dealing with some of these psychedelic journeys or some of these mystical journeys, um, you know, you might not be able to communicate these things in words, like I said before, but yet you can be able to depict them in these imageries in this art. So this is a quick video I just wanted to do. I just wanted to show y'all real quick, and check out visionary. Look up the subject of visionary artwork, because it's some great stuff out there. You know what I mean? Some of even the younger folk out there that that I don't know all their name, but you know, I've been checking out folk, and I've been seeing, man, it's some real good stuff, man. So I love the movement with the visionary art. I think that we need more people to step up, more artists to kind of go into and explore these things, and see where it could take them. And when there's people also that, you know, when they think of, well, you're channeling, you could be channeling something evil or any of these things. Those are fear-based ways of looking at life. If you know, you have intuition. Everyone has a form of intuition, and they have some type of internal what should I say, some internal wisdom that can tell you if you are doing something that's not good for you or not. So sit with your bliss and understand that this, you know, you could create things that could be life changing for people. All right. So peace and love, and I hope y'all enjoyed this artwork. See, look at this artwork again before I cut off. I'm gonna let y'all see it again. All right. Face, it's even a face within the eye, and then you could turn it around once again, and it's totally different other thing going on with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So thank y'all again, and take care. How you turn this off? You.